You look in the mirror and feel like something's just off. Maybe you already wash your face and use a product or two, but your skin keeps breaking out, the dark circles under your eyes won't disappear, and you always look tired. Frustration kicks in because it feels like your efforts aren't bringing the results you want. What if I told you that the real enemy of your appearance isn't the lack of an expensive cream, but habits you repeat every single day without even realizing it? In this guide, we're going to expose the 7 unconscious habits that are silently destroying your appearance. We'll talk about automatic gestures that cause acne, eating habits that create facial asymmetry, and even the way you handle stress. This isn't about magic formulas, but about practical knowledge that will give you back total control over your attractiveness and the way you look. Stick with me until the end, because the 7th habit is the mental trap that prevents 99% of people from ever truly changing. By understanding and correcting these points, you won't just improve your face, you'll build unshakable self-confidence. Are you ready to stop being a victim of circumstance and become the architect of your own appearance? Let's start with a classic, one of those gestures we don't even notice, touching your face all the time. Think about it. Your hand touches your phone, the handrail on the bus, cash ... It's basically a magnet for dirt and bacteria. Every time you scratch your nose or rest your chin in your hand while pondering life, you're transferring that entire collection directly onto your skin. It's like rolling out the red carpet for pimples and blackheads, sabotaging all your self-care efforts. You already know the direct consequence. Acne shows up uninvited, bringing blackheads and clogged pores along with it. But the damage goes deeper. This constant habit makes your skin oilier and gives it a tired look, even if you wash it regularly. This directly impacts your attractiveness because inflamed and lifeless skin projects an image of neglect, affecting the appearance of your entire face. It's a battle you're fighting against yourself without even knowing it. The solution, my friends, starts in your mind. It's not about buying a miracle cream, but about developing present moment awareness. Start today. Every time your hand gets close to your face, stop and ask yourself, do I really need to do this? Turn the act of washing your hands into a ritual, a reminder of your commitment to healthy skin. You'll be surprised how quickly your skin responds. But this is just one of the bad habits. And speaking of unconscious gestures, there's another one, related to your mouth, that could be silently destroying your facial symmetry. Now let's talk about something that happens at mealtime. A detail that seems silly but has enormous power over your facial appearance. Always chewing on the same side. It might be out of habit because of a sensitive tooth or simply because you've never thought about it. The problem is, by doing this, you're basically working out only one side of your jaw. It's like going to the gym and only doing bicep curls with your right arm, expecting a balanced result. Over time, this practice develops your facial muscles unevenly, creating noticeable facial asymmetry. One side of your face can become visibly stronger and more defined, while the other looks weaker or less developed. Symmetry is one of the unconscious pillars of attractiveness, a biological signal of health and good genes. By sabotaging this balance, you are, little by little, diminishing the aesthetic potential of your own face, one of the most subtle yet impactful bad habits. Correcting this requires, once again, awareness and a bit of discipline. Start paying attention during your meals. If you catch yourself in the act, simply switch to the other side. It will feel strange at first, almost forced, but persist. Over time, you'll build a new habit and rebalance these muscles, actively working to improve your appearance. But the harmony of your face doesn't just depend on muscles. The vitality of your skin is also crucial, and the lack of one natural element may be leaving you with a pale, lifeless look. We live in an age of offices and indoor environments, and with it, we've created one of the most damaging bad habits for our appearance and well-being: a lack of sun. Avoiding the sun like a vampire isn't self-care. It's depriving yourself of a powerful energy source. Sunlight is essential for the body to produce vitamin D, a vital component that regulates hormones, including testosterone, and directly impacts your mood and energy levels. If you constantly feel tired and apathetic, the answer might not be in your coffee cup, but up in the sky. The consequences of hiding from the sun are visible on your face. The skin takes on a pale, almost sickly tone, lacking that healthy glow that conveys vitality. This absence of color and energy results in a tired look, accentuating imperfections and making you appear less energetic and, let's face it, less attractive. A vibrant appearance is directly linked to an active outdoor lifestyle, and avoiding the sun puts you on the opposite path, accelerating the perception of premature aging. The solution is simple and free. Bring the sun back into your routine. You don't need to spend hours roasting on a beach. Just 15 to 20 minutes of sun exposure a day, preferably in the early morning or late afternoon, can make a huge difference. Remember, of course, to wear sunscreen to protect your skin from the most harmful UV rays. This small habit will revitalize your skin and your energy, But there's no point in having a sun-kissed face if it's marked by deep, dark circles from a bad night's sleep, right? Many people pride themselves on needing very little sleep to be productive, but this is one of the biggest traps for improving your appearance. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's your body's sacred repair time. It's during the night that your cells regenerate. Your skin recovers from the day's damage and your hormones rebalance. Ignoring the need for quality sleep is like owning a top-tier race car and never making a pit stop for maintenance. Eventually, the engine will blow. The consequences are stamped on your face the next morning, and they accumulate over time. The infamous dark circles and puffy eyes are just the beginning. Sleep deprivation leaves healthy skin looking dull and lackluster, and it dramatically accelerates premature aging, promoting the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. Your expression becomes permanently tired, affecting your attractiveness and how people perceive you. You can have the best skincare routine in the world, but it's useless without a good night's rest. To turn this around, treat your sleep hygiene with the seriousness it deserves. Set a goal of 7 to 8 hours a night and try to maintain a regular sleep and wake schedule, even on weekends. The golden rule is to turn off all screens, phone, TV, computer at least 1 hour before bed. The blue light from these devices tricks your brain and sabotages melatonin production. Replace this habit with a book, like The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, for example. But upon waking, many people reach for a drink to give them the energy sleep didn't, a drink that might be dehydrating and aging their skin. Now we get to that beverage that seems like the solution to all our fatigue problems: coffee. 1 or 2 cups can, in fact, be beneficial. The real bad habit arises when consumption turns into a caffeine overdose. Drinking 3, 4, or more cups a day creates a dangerous dependency. You start needing the stimulant not for a performance peak, but just to feel normal, masking the true cause of your lack of energy, which is often poor sleep or dehydration. The consequences for your facial appearance are severe. Caffeine is a potent diuretic, meaning it makes your body flush out more fluids. The result? Chronically dehydrated skin, which becomes dry, loses its elasticity, and takes on a much older appearance. That healthy skin glow is replaced by a dull, tired look. On top of that, excess caffeine late in the day sabotages your sleep, throwing you right back into the cycle of fatigue you were trying to fight, worsening dark circles and puffiness. The solution isn't to demonize coffee, but to use it intelligently as part of your self-care. Limit your consumption to 1 or at most 2 cups a day, preferably in the morning. And here's a golden rule for improving your appearance. For every cup of coffee you drink, have a glass of water with it to neutralize the dehydrating effect. This simple swap will revitalize your skin. However, there's an internal force even more devastating than caffeine, a hormone that, when unregulated, can ruin your appearance from the inside out. Let's talk about the invisible enemy, the silent villain of modern life: stress. I'm not talking about the tension before an important presentation, but chronic stress, the kind that becomes your daily companion. This constant state of alert floods your body with cortisol, the stress hormone. Originally, its purpose was to help you escape a predator, but today it's triggered by emails, traffic, and worries. Keeping your body in this fight or flight mode is one of the worst bad habits for your health and, of course, for your appearance. The consequences are a complete disaster for your attractiveness. Excess cortisol contributes to fat storage, especially in the abdominal area and the face, leaving it looking puffier and rounder. It also attacks your skin, increasing inflammation and worsening acne, as well as breaking down collagen, which leads directly to premature aging. As if that weren't enough, it can also negatively impact your testosterone levels, affecting your energy and vigor. Basically, stress makes you fatter, gives you more pimples, and leaves you looking exhausted. Managing stress isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for improving your appearance and your life. The solution lies in creating outlets. Physical exercise is the most powerful one, as it burns off excess cortisol and releases endorphins. Find an activity you enjoy, whether it's weightlifting, running, or a martial art. Also, set aside time for hobbies, meditation, or simply socializing with friends. Many people, however, ignore all of this and hide behind a very convenient excuse, blaming something they believe they can't change. And now, we arrive at the final barrier, the master excuse that cancels out all others: blaming genetics. It's the ace up your sleeve to justify a lack of results, persistent acne, or a face shape you don't like in the mirror. This mentality is like voluntarily putting yourself in chains, believing your destiny was already written by your ancestors. You convince yourself that there's no point in trying because you were born this way, and that is the most comfortable and destructive lie for your self-care. The direct consequence of this mindset is paralysis. It prevents you from taking the actions that can actually transform your life. While you're blaming genetics, you're ignoring the immense power of the daily habits we've discussed. You don't adjust your diet, you don't prioritize sleep, you don't commit to exercise or skincare. By not taking action, you create living proof that your genetics are bad, in a vicious cycle of self-sabotage that prevents any improvement in your appearance. Let's put things in perspective. Genetics may define the rough draft, but you are the one holding the pen, writing the story. Understand that about 80% of your appearance is a direct reflection of your choices. The health of your skin, your body fat percentage, your muscle tone, your posture, and your vitality are all under your control. You can't change the bone structure you inherited, but you can sculpt everything else, building the best version of yourself on top of that foundation. True transformation begins when you stop looking at what you can't change and focus on the vastness of what you can. We've reached the end, and now the truth is clear. The appearance of your face is not a sentence. It's a blank canvas that you paint every day. We went through 7 bad habits that, like silent thieves, steal your attractiveness and accelerate premature aging. But now you have the map. The knowledge you've gained is the tool, but action is the force that will sculpt the change. The power to transform isn't in some distant future, but in your next decision, your next conscious act of self-care. So I ask you directly, looking at this list, which habit screamed your name? Was it the constant face touching, the one-sided chewing, or the comfortable excuse of genetics? And the most important question, what is the first single change you are going to implement today? Don't try to fix everything at once. Choose one battle to start with. The journey to a better appearance and healthier skin begins with a single step. If this guide brought you clarity and gave you the push you needed, hit the like button so I know it was helpful, and comment down below which habit you're going to start changing first. I want to know what your biggest insight was. And of course, if you're striving for excellence, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos that will help you build the best version of yourself, inside and out. Remember, you are in control. Now go and show them what you're made of.